God our Maker doth provide. I want to be so kind, good to count on table cup. Peace, O song of harvest home. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Even now, with the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now, with the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Give thanks. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. Each easy thing.
Good morning. I know, right? Too fishy here. Good morning to everyone. We're so glad that y'all are joining us today. Especially, I want to say a word to our online audience who's also worshiping with us right now. I want to say just a word about what we're doing. We're packing meals for hungry people in all parts of the world. We don't know exactly yet where these meals will end up, but we are just thankful as people to be able to reach out to others in God's love. Holly, I wanted to ask her if she would come. She has something tragic to tell us about that happened this week and that we need to be in prayer for. Holly, you have to hold both of those. I'm sorry.
Good morning. I teach at Springtown High School, and our football team was driving to play a playoff game against Andrews High School. And unfortunately, the Andrews High School band bus was involved in this irate car crash that was terrible. The band director died, the bus driver died, and two children are in COVID there. So let's be in prayer for that family.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you. What I wanted to talk to you about just for a moment, I'm going to include them in our prayer in just a moment. Throughout the Bible, we see that God supplies when someone has a need, especially when it comes to feeding people, right? So when Moses was leading the Hebrew children out of Egypt, and they go out into the wilderness, and like people will do, of course, they get hungry and they get grouchy and cranky and complain. And so God provides manna in the morning and quail in the evening. And so that was one of the first episodes where God was supplying the needs of the people. And then after that, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my phone do what my iPad does. You'll remember that when John was beheaded, and of course, Jesus heard this news and he's very sad. And so he pulls away to a remote and private place. But what happens? The crowds follow him, right? And so they get out to this remote place, and while they're there, Jesus has compassion on them and begins to heal their sick persons that are among them. And this goes on and on and on until it's getting late in the evening, and the disciples come to Jesus and say, hey, send these people back into the town because they're going to get hungry. They're going to have to be fed. And Jesus says, no, I'm not going to send them away. You feed them. Right? That's what he says. And then after that was the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000. Then there was another time after Jesus was resurrected that he was standing on a beach, and the disciples had been fishing all night, so he prepares breakfast for them. And he grills some fish, and he eats some fish in front of them so they can see he's a real live person. And as they're finishing up their meal, he turns to Peter and he says, Simon Peter, son of John, do you love me? He says, yes, Lord, of course I love you. He says, feed my sheep. And they go on a little bit longer, and he says, Simon Peter, son of John, do you love me? He says, Lord, of course I love you. He says, take care of my lambs. And then a third time he approaches Peter and says, Simon Peter, do you love me? And of course, Peter by this time is upset. He's probably crying, thinking the Lord doesn't know that he loves him. He says, Lord, you know everything. You know I love you. And he says, feed my lambs. And so then the last episode that I want to talk about, I'm going to read this passage of Scripture to you. And the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him. He will sit on his glorious throne, and all the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from the other, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And of course, the sheep will be on the right hand, and the goats will be on his left. And then the king will say to those on the right, come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom that was prepared for you since the creations of the world. He says, when I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. And when I was a stranger, you invited me. As I needed clothes, you provided those for me. When I was sick, you looked after me. And when I was in prison, you came and you visited me. And then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we do those things? When did we see you hungry? And when did we feed you? And when did we see you thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we invite you in as a stranger? When did we come to you when you were sick and in prison and visit you? And the king will reply, truly, when you've done it to the least of my sisters and brothers, you've done it to me. So today we're going to pack 10,000 meals, and as Jim said, those could be apportioned out to 6 meals per packet. 60,000 meals, 60,000 people's lives are going to be affected because you said yes today. Let us be in a spirit and an attitude of prayer. Loving God, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for all those who have come. We thank you, O God, because you have blessed us beyond measure. You have given us more than enough to eat. You've given us more than what we need to have a place to live. You've given us more than what we need to have people that surround us in love. And now, God, we're reaching out, and we're reaching out to those who don't have enough. They don't even have anything. They are hungry. And you're saying to us, feed my lambs. They're hungry, and you're saying, when I was hungry, you fed me. So, Lord, we're asking today that each person that's gathered here, that they will truly feel the sacred power in this moment as we prepare meals for those who are hungry. Lord, for those students and families that were affected by the crash in Andrews, we ask that you would surround them with your love and care right now. We ask that you would buoy up their spirits. And for those whose families are continuing to wait and see what's going to happen to their loved ones who are in the hospital, we ask that you would visit those persons with your healing power and bring them back to wholeness. And Lord, in all things, we want to give you thanks in what we do and say, and all would say, amen. Oh, now I want to introduce you to Chris Wallachek. And I don't want to embarrass Chris, but Chris, come on up. Chris is in charge of everything today, so anything that goes wrong, it's Chris's fault, so you can see him. But 2 years ago, Chris came for the first time to our church, and he came to this event. And because he came to this event, he's since joined the church. And look, he's over this event right now. So I want to give your attention to Chris Wallachek.
Thank you, Pastor Tom. And on behalf of Preston Hollow, we're so happy you're here. We love having visitors. We're a wonderful place of accepting love. And we are as Pastor Tom said, going to feed almost 60,000 meals from today. And so through that, we've kind of already set up these stations and you're kind of already there. But on behalf of Rise Against Hunger, I'm going to invite Sarah up here to kind of give us a better explanation of what these stations do and what we're actually going to be doing today. So Sarah.
Good morning. I'm Sarah. Big, huge thanks to Chris. We've been emailing back and forth for months now to make sure that this could happen. And wow, what a turnout. I'm so excited to see all of you here. Thank you so much for just waking up early on a Sunday, getting out here and making this happen. Every meal that we package makes a huge difference. Our goal today is 10,000 meals, which is amazing. And we work in 78 different countries all around the world. A lot of these meals will be going to our school feeding programs, where sometimes the meal that they receive at school is the only meal that those kids receive for the day. So the meals are really just a start of our work. We actually work in country for long term. So we are there typically 5 to 20 years. Haiti is one of the countries that we've been in for at least 20 years now. And we really work with the community on several different levels to help find sustainable food sources. So not just providing the meals, but helping the farmers find agricultural techniques that'll work better with climate change, helping find credit sources for the farmers, making sure that eventually we're not going to be needed. That's our goal, is that eventually we won't have to do this. And everything we do today is a huge impact, so I just really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Last time, y'all's meals, if you want to know, went to El Salvador, which is awesome. So thank you again for that, and thank you for having us back again. Again, my name is Sarah. In the back, we have Justin and Marche. They're our facilitators for today. So if y'all have any questions, just raise your hand, flag down one of us, we'll come talk to you, come help you out. If you want to know more about Rise Against Hunger, we can talk all day about it. So come and ask us questions. We would love to talk to you more about this. But let's get started. You're all ready. You're at your stations, so I think it's time to get this going. We're going to pack a bag together, and then we're going to have some music, get y'all going, and then have a good time, okay? So, starting out, you all have your stations. You've been assigned your tasks. We have folks on the side over here. They're going to be refilling ingredients throughout the event, so if anything goes down, they're going to come and help you. We also have our kiddos in the back. They're going to be our runners. So here in the funnel stations up front, we're going to take a meal bag, one meal bag. We're just going to do one meal at a time. And you're going to put an unopened vitamin sachet in that bag. And this vitamin sachet is a complete vitamin source for somebody facing malnutrition. So it's really important that we put that on there so they can sprinkle it on their food. Then you're going to hold the meal bag underneath the funnel. Perfect. And then you're going to start with a nice level scoop of soy. Soy is the brown crunchy stuff. That's our protein for the meal. Brown crunchy stuff. Yep, and just pour it in there. Perfect. And then you're going to put a ladle of veggies, the ramen type of veggies. That's exactly what it is. Yep, just pour it in there. And then you're going to finish with rice. You're going to have a nice level scoop of rice. Not too full, not too empty. It kind of slows things down later on. So that's our control source when it comes to weight for customs and shipping. So it's important that goes last. So everybody, let's say it together. Rice goes last. Rice goes last. Marche's shirt even says rice goes last, if you forget, in bright red shirt. So rice goes last. Once it's done, you're going to put it in the clear bin. You can fit about 5 or 6 bags in there. And once that's full, you're going to yell out, "Runner, where are my kids? Can you wave your hands back there?" All right, y'all are our runners. All right, so come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Find a table where they have a bag already. And you're going to be taking that bag to the scale station. Yep, so I'm going to take the bag. Eventually you'll take the whole bin, but right now it's just a bag. You're going to take it over to the scales. Scales. On your scale, there is a number range. That's how heavy your bag should be. So you're going to use the red bowl in front of you to add or remove rice with a little spoon. Get it in that weight range, and once it's done, it's going to go over to the sealers. Sealers, all of your sealers should be set to 4. If it's too hot, it'll melt the bag and then you can't use it. So it
This is glamorous. This is fashionable, because rising against hunger never goes out of style. You're probably thinking, packaging meals is super easy. Well, you're right. But here's how to do it the Rise Against Hunger way. First, put on a hairnet, sanitize your hands, and remove all dangling jewelry. Before packaging can begin, meal bags must be labeled. Bag labeling helps us track the meals once they've been distributed. Now, let's get started. These are the 3 main stations at the event. Let's start with the funnels. 4 to 5 people can work together at each funnel. If you're at a funnel, you always need to be wearing gloves and a hairnet. Put 1 person per ingredient on each side of the table, and then start bagging. First, put an unopened vitamin pack in the bag, and slide that bag under the funnel. Add a level cup of soy, then a level scoop of veggies. Top it off with a level cup of rice. Remember, rice always goes last. Please do your best not to spill. We can't use dirty rice. Call for a sustainer when you need more ingredients. Place each filled bag in the runner bin, and when the bin is full, yell, "Runner!" Runners take bins to the scales. Then bring empty bins back to the funnels. At the scale station, weigh your bag. It should be somewhere between 389 to 394 grams. Bags will come in heavy and light, which is normal. That's why you're there, to correct that. Add or remove rice to adjust the weight. Then place the weighed bag in the sealer's bin. At the sealing machine, ensure the dial is in the middle around the 4 mark. To seal, flatten the top of the bag, removing excess air. Seal along the dotted line. Press, hold, and wait for the red light to turn off, or about 3 seconds. If the scale or sealer isn't working properly, tell your event facilitator. Sealed bags then go to the counting station. Double check to make sure the bags are sealed. If they aren't completely sealed, return the bags to the sealing station. Place 2 sealed bags on each square. When all the squares are full, load the bags into the box. Place 3 bags vertically and 2 bags horizontally and alternate that pattern. When the last bag is loaded, close the box, tape it shut, and add a tracking label. Finally, bring your full box to the finished box area. Okay, let's review. If you're working at a funnel or a scale, be sure to wear a hairnet and gloves. At the funnel station, rice always goes last. Each bag should weigh between 389 and 394 grams. Please double check all bags for leakage. And if you haven't signed in, please do so before you begin working. Looks like you've got it. Thanks for partnering with us to fight hunger. Each and every one of these bags helps someone in need around the world. Without your help, this wouldn't be possible.
For the Church of Preston Hollow, those of you that have just chimed in, thank you for bearing with us. We've had some technical difficulties this morning. We're not used to doing a real live stream, real live stream, but we are coming to you live this morning. Today you're going to be seeing, we have about, I think about 65, 70 people that have showed up to start packing the meals today, and we'll be showing you some of that throughout the course of the day today as well. We're going to be introducing you to a lot of special people that are here today. But if you're watching today, we want to say welcome. This is a very different day for us. We believe, so importantly, that there should not be anyone that goes to bed at night hungry. And so today, the United Methodist Church of Preston Hollow has decided to, we are raising money. Our goal is $3,500. We're right halfway there. We're just over $1,500 that we have raised. And so throughout the course of the next hour, we'll give you an opportunity. If God impresses on your heart to partner with us and help out, we would love to have your help in this great cause that we are doing. We have some people watching. I want to say real quickly, I want to say hello to Marguerite Jenkins. I think she's online right now watching. Sorry again, we had audio difficulties, Marguerite, but we're working on it. In fact, Marguerite, if you can hear me and all is good, maybe you just type, "Hey Jim, I can hear you," and in the comment message right now on Facebook, so we can make sure that you can hear us. And then also we have Marion Tubach watching right now. Marion, we'd like to know, where are you from today? So if you'll go to the chat section, and then in any of you right now, that if you are tuning in right now to our Rise Against Hunger, we would love to hear from you. So go to the chat section and say, "Hey Jim, I'm here," and so comment, and we just want to know who is watching this morning. Also, we want to say hello to our very own Cody McAdoo. Cody is sick. He's been sick this whole week. In fact, we have a lot of people. My neighbor, Ralph and Shirley, Ralph showed up this morning, but his wife, Shirley, is sick. So I think Shirley must have given Cody something. I have no idea. I don't know what happened. But Cody and Shirley want you to know we're thinking about you. We're sorry that you are sick today, and our thoughts and prayers are with you. And Cody, boy, we needed you. This is one of his big projects that he takes the lead on every year, but we're doing okay. We're going to make it through without you. One of the neat things is as you look around the room, and in fact, in a second, I'm going to ask Joel to show everybody the wide shot of the room real quick. I want you to take a look at this. There's a bunch of people out here. They're like just ants out there right now, rolling around. They're packing those meals. They're weighing the meals. And so it's really exciting. There's definitely a buzz going on out there. So we're really excited. We're first of all grateful that all these people from different faiths, different backgrounds, different ages have all come together to join together in our fight against hunger. And so we just want to say that we are grateful. And so we want to say thank you to every person that is here and participating. And here in just a second, I'm going to have a guest that's going to be joining us in just a moment. But again, we want to say, hey, Marguerite Jenkins, welcome to the online broadcast today. I'm going to call you in a little bit, and we're going to try to have a conversation with Marguerite. We want to introduce her to you as well. And then before we go to this next little interview, I do want to say this. We want to let you know we have raised $1,500, and so we would like to give you an opportunity to give. If you couldn't be here today, but you want to give and show your support, no matter how small or large your gift, it would be appreciated. And you can simply text us to the number 77977 and type in the words PHUMC, and then in the drop down, you will see missions. In fact, Mike Larson just showed up. This is exciting when Mike does this. I hope this is the new tradition today of where we're at on things. So, yep, okay. So yeah, we're at $1,563. Someone just now sent in $145 just now. So thank you for whoever gave that gift today. We are blessed, and we want to say thank you. So we're well on our way to our goal of $3,500. So without further ado, I want to introduce you, of course, to our senior pastor. This is Dr. Tom Waycheese. Pastor Tom, how are you doing this morning?
Good, how are you?
Good.
This is an exciting day.
This is an exciting day. Yeah, I was just, yep, everyone's just crawling around out there like ants, and we had some audio problems earlier this morning, but I want you to share a little bit of what you shared earlier with everyone, and why this event is so important to you. And hold that mic a little nice and close. Yeah.
A little closer.
There you go. Perfect. Yes, sir.
So what I shared with you earlier was throughout the Bible we see where God is taking care of people and has had people being fed by others, right? When they were wandering in the wilderness with Moses, God fed them manna and quail. When Jesus pulled away from the crowds and the crowds followed him, and the disciples said, send them away, Jesus said, no, you feed them. Then when Jesus was resurrected, he was waiting on the disciples on the shoreline, and he said to Peter, Peter, do you love me? Peter said, of course I do. And he said, then feed my sheep. And then lastly, Jesus talks about when the end comes and all the nations are gathered before the throne, and he says to the righteous ones, when I I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. Because of that, we were able to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And so this is what this is all about. It is a sacred time for us right now. It may seem like a lot of chaos going on, but it is a sacred moment that we're going to be able to feed over 60,000 people. 10,000 meals will feed 60,000 people. Can you imagine that? And so we are just excited beyond belief. And so we're thankful that you're watching, and we ask that you would contribute generously so that we can reach more and more people, not only with the Word of God, but also with food for their stomachs, right? So that's what we're doing today.
Good, good. And then Pastor Tom, maybe too, if you would, talk a little bit about, we're hopefully coming through COVID. Right. This last year has been really difficult. And talk about, even returning to in-person worship and where we're at.
It's really been 2 years that we have been locked down because of COVID. Yeah, we've had some in-person worship, but most of it's been online, right? And so for 2 years, we felt like we really couldn't do a lot. All we could do was worship God, and that sounds like that's not enough. And it's not enough, because not only do we worship God with our praises, but we worship God with what we do, how we reach out to the community. And this event in particular is helping us get back into that. The person that is heading up this event came to our church because of this event 2 years ago. So last year we couldn't have the event. We were on lockdown. But he's here, he's running this event. He's making sure that another 10,000 meals are packaged and ready to go. It's exciting for us.
And that's the only dangerous thing I guess we have to tell you. I mean, if you come to our church and you
get put to work?
You get put to work. I mean, 2 years ago he just was a volunteer, and now you put him in charge of the whole thing.
Absolutely, and he's loving it.
Yeah, he's great.
Loving it.
In fact, in a little bit, we're going to introduce you to Chris Wallercheck, and he really has been a blessing to our church.
Absolutely.
And talk a little bit about our church and explain, we historically the last 10, 15 years have been an older church,
right.
And we're sort of charting a new course. And,
absolutely.
And tell them a little bit, where we're headed.
Okay, so yes, it had been an older church, and we love all of our older members. They have been contributing for years and years and years, keeping this church afloat. Now we're seeing a small influx of younger families with children. I see one young lady over there holding her newborn infant child that we just baptized. But what our whole goal is to reach out and reach everybody. Our mantra, if you will, is that love, no exceptions here at Preston Hollow. So if you're a young mother and you need a place to go, this is the place for you. If you're an older person that you feel like there's nobody around for you, this is the place for you. If you're a gay person and you feel like nobody understands you, this is the place for you. If you're a couple and you're just looking for some camaraderie, this is the place for you, because truly we exhibit love without any exceptions at all.
Yeah, very good. Pastor Tom, I like to do this before I let you go, and I might bring you back here in a little bit if that's okay. But I'd like to maybe even just to do this, if you're okay with this. Maybe you're watching this live stream right now, and maybe because of COVID, you are lonely. Maybe you feel separated and you're missing that camaraderie. I'm going to ask our pastor just to pray for you right now, just a simple prayer to let you know that God is with you and that He loves you, and we want you to know that we love you as well.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, and these holiday seasons, it's hard on single people. It's hard on people who have lost loved ones. It's a very down time, even though everybody else is rejoicing. So let us be in a spirit of prayer. Loving God, we just thank you right now for all that you're doing in our life. We thank you for the persons that will be fed from this program that we've initiated. Lord, right now, to those persons that are feeling lonely and secluded, those who are feeling left out, we ask, oh God, that you would wrap your arms of love and compassion around them. Let them know that you love them, that you are with them, walking with them each and every day. Let them know that you can direct their steps, and if they need a place to come, this is the place at Preston Hollow. We want to love you and surround you with all kinds of love and compassion. So today, oh God, we ask that you would continue to be with them and walk with them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah, amen. Well, and Pastor Tom, we want you to know we love you. God brought you to us, 4 years ago. And of course, 2 years of it was crazy because of COVID and whatnot. But it feels like things are starting to get back to normal. And so we want you to know, if you live in the Dallas area, come and join us and visit us. We have families today that found us online, visited. There's two families that are here today that visited us last Sunday for the very first time,
That's right.
and they are here this morning serving.
Packing meals.
Packing meals.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
if you're in the Dallas area, we want to invite you. We really do. Like Pastor Tom said, we have a great church, and we believe in love with no exceptions. Real quickly, before we jump to our next section, I want us to say hello to Courtney. Courtney Stansell's
Hey,
on.
Courtney, we missed you this morning. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, she's a little under the weather. We're going to be talking a little bit later about our Christmas cantata that's coming up. We're having a special Christmas cantata just for our online church. And so anyway, but Courtney, we are thinking about you. In a second, too, Courtney, keep your phone on. I might just give you a phone call. We might just try something a little bit crazy. But thank you, Pastor Tom, and we'll
Absolutely.
see you back here in just a couple of minutes, okay? Very good. All right, so after this, we want to say thank you again. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to give this morning. If you would, you're making a big difference. Again, somebody just gave a $145 gift. We want to say thank you. We're about halfway to our goal. You can just simply text to the number 77977 and then type in the words PHUMC, and we will send you a link. So, and Courtney, I want to go back to Courtney, who's online. If anybody wants to be a part, we have another mission that we're going to be doing with her called Watts of Love, and it's where we send lights, solar lights, they're solar powered lights, I should say, to people that need lighting, that have no electricity. And so we have a great outreach where she does this called Chalk Couture. And anyway, the proceeds from that and makes a great donation. I forgot how much she raised last time. It was like $4,000. And anyway, maybe I can get her on the phone here in just a little bit to be able to say, hey. Also, if you're watching right now, I want to encourage you to comment. That way we can know that you are watching. So just go to the go to the comment and say, hey, Jim, I'm here. Or say, hey, Jim, you're not doing so good. You got to keep this on the tracks, buddy. Keep it going. Hey, Jim, what's going on? So we want to hear from you right now. Well, there's definitely still a buzz and everything is going great. And Joel, show them the whole room again, if you would. That would be awesome. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and I'm going to take just a quick break, and I'm going to let you see what's going on, and we'll continue in just a moment. Well, I don't know if you could just hear that, but the gong just sounded, and we've got our first 1,000 meals have been packaged. Wow, they are on a roll. That is fantastic. So congratulations. So hey, to those of you online, this is still a great way for you to be able to participate. So anyway, I got a special guest here. And he's going to pop up here and go and take your head off. Yep, just take it off. There you go. And everybody, of course, this is our music director. This is Russ Rieger. Hold that nice and close. He's got his gloves on, and just because, and he had a hairnet a second ago.
I did.
And so, hey, we want to say hello to Mary Kay. I don't know if Mary Kay's on or not yet, but in case she is, hey, you better chime in here in just a second. Maybe go to the comment section if you're here and let us know that you're here. Right now, I know we got Margaret Jenkins is on, and Marion Tuba. Do you know Marion?
I do.
We'll say hello to Marion.
Hey, how are you?
And then, of course, Cody is sick at home. Courtney is sick. What are you doing, you kids? My gosh, we don't need you sick. We needed you here today, you know?
That's right. That's right.
We're making you feel guilty because we love you and we miss you. So, well, by the way, I just want to say a big thank you. Those of you, of course, probably all feel like you know Russ Rieger because of every week you see him doing what he does, playing the piano and producing the music of all of our musicians and singers. And with what we went through the pandemic the last 2 years, we had to learn to do music in a different way.
That's absolutely right.
And so we want to say thank you right off the bat. I know everyone watching loves you to death, and so real quickly though, I got a couple questions for you. What's coming up for Christmas? By the way, yes, he's, I'll be honest, when we first started the broadcast online nearly 2 years ago, I was the one sort of stretching Russ a little bit, going, we got to consider this, or maybe we could do that. And he was like, Jim, I don't know. But now our roles have changed. Now it's him going, Jim, I want to do a music video. I want to do, but he's going to tell us a little bit about the cantata that's coming up.
We're really excited this year about the Christmas cantata. It's going to be different, and I'm so excited. We are, for the first time, we're going to take the choir out on location. So there's a beautiful, beautiful park up in North Dallas that is just full of Christmas lights. And so we're taking the choir out there to the park, and we're going to film on location. So we're hoping it'll be more like a music video
yes,
than a Zoom choir. So we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, and the choir's already started recording, and they've been practicing. For how long y'all been practicing?
Oh gosh, we started in the summer
Yeah.
working on the Christmas music. So yeah.
And so imagine this: living in Dallas, Texas, and in July and August when it's 105 degrees outside, and he's making you sing Christmas songs. that just doesn't work.
I put up a Christmas tree in July, so to kind of get him in the mood. So
That's great. That's good. Tell them, everyone, as well, for those of you that are in the Dallas area, and we know, I was just mentioning that we had 2 families last Sunday that visited our church for the very first time, and they're here today at Rise Against Hunger. But they've been watching us online for months now. I want to invite all of you that live in the Dallas area to consider a special service. I want you to tell everyone a little bit about Christmas Eve. We have such a wonderful Christmas Eve. I don't have to tell you a little bit about that, but we'd like to invite you to join us that day.
absolutely, we know you've got a choice on Christmas Eve, and we hope you spend Christmas Eve with us. It's going to be a candlelight communion service, and it starts at 6 o'clock here live and in person, and online too.
Yeah, and there is just something special about, you, of course, on the broadcast have seen our sanctuary. We are so blessed with a beautiful sanctuary, and when you see that room full of candles burning, and one of my favorites is when they're singing like Silent Night, and it's just so moving, and it's so powerful that there's something that you just if you watch online, we get it. We are just thrilled to have you, but when we're in person for that service,
It's a very special time. So
Yeah.
absolutely, we hope you come by if you're able to.
Yep.
So it's going to be a beautiful service. I
yeah,
think.
it's going to be really, really great. And by the way, we want to say welcome to Mina Andrews.
Oh yeah,
Who's Mina?
Mina is my sister's mother-in-law. She lives in Comac, New York. So she's been watching us online for several months. So hi, Mina. Glad you're here.
That is great. In fact, there's more and more of you joining us online right now. If you don't mind, if you will just go to the comment section and say, hey, Russ, hey, Jim, and that way we know who's watching right now. But Mina, welcome. That's great. In New York. Wow. What does she do in New York?
Well, she lives right around the corner from my sister and brother-in-law. So
Okay.
So she's been watching a long time, I think. So
That's fantastic. Well, hold on. We're going to cut away just for a second. Take a look at the room, if you would. And I believe they're about to hit the gong for the number 2,000. Yeah, so go to Bryce, and we're going to watch this just for a second. We're going to hold off, and we'll take just a little tiny break. And but here it comes, 2,000 bags of food. That would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,000 meals. Yeah,
right.
so those 2,000 bags represents 12,000 meals. That's fantastic. We always like a kid to hit the gong. So I know all the adults always want to do this, but we always make sure that one of the kids is doing that. So here they come, though. I see people sashaying down the aisles. I didn't know you could dance at this event. We're different from the Baptists. You know, Methodists can actually dance. The Baptists, they get in trouble for doing that. But anyway, here we go. They're marching down there now, I believe, and we will have them hit that gong. So, all right, here they go.
Here they go.
All right, here we go. We're so excited for this. This is going quick. At this rate, we should be done, I'm thinking, in an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. Here they go. All right, and that was little Layla that hit that. Layla and her family, Delisa and Marcus and Mario, and her mother is here today for the very, very first time. I've never met her
That's
mother.
great. I have not.
And she is here today, and so Layla hit that gong. She was a little soft on it though, but we'll make sure that she hits it a little harder throughout the course of the day. Well, and then again, I want to encourage you, if you are ever in the Dallas area, we are so proud of the music department that we have. We are so blessed with so many great musicians. And in fact, here in a little bit, as soon as he leaves, he's going to be bringing back Olivia and Jennifer. Jennifer just joined us.
She did,
And so she's brand new to our team, and you're going to meet Holly. It's pretty interesting because you feel like you know these people because you hear them sing each week. But today, we're going to actually have a conversation with them and be able to get to know them a little bit better today. So we are really excited about that. Anything else you want to tell us about?
I think
good.
you covered it. I think
Well,
you're good.
Russ, we want to say thank you again for all that you do, and again, for real, I mean, all that how we had to learn to do worship differently during COVID. We love you, and we're just so proud of what you do every week, and so thank you very, very much. So,
My pleasure.
And we're
My
excited for the Christmas cantata. It's coming up. Oh, hey, real quickly, while you get Olivia and Jennifer, oh, they are here. Real quickly, tell them the title of the songs, or some of them that you can remember. Some of the songs that we're doing for the cantata.
Oh yeah, there's some old favorites like "Oh Holy Night" and "We Three Kings." We're telling the Christmas story through scripture and music. So
That's good. Very good. Very good. All right. Thank you, Russ Rieger. So. Oh, well, thank you. Cody just sent us a little comment saying, good job, Russ and Jim. I'm going to let both of the girls come on in. I'm going to let you all squeeze in here. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you this microphone. Here you go. And I'm going to share with you, okay?
All right,
You and I are going to share.
All right.
By the way, this is Olivia.
Hi.
And this is Jennifer.
Hey.
And you get to hear them every week. Of course, you get to see them online doing what they're doing. So, Olivia, tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Orange County, California.
Orange County. In fact, her dad might be watching one of these days.
Probably,
He
yeah.
watches sometimes.
Yeah.
And her dad is a totally cool surfer dude.
He is a totally cool surfer dude.
What would your dad be saying right now if he sees us talking about it? What would he say?
I'd be like, this is awesome, man.
Awesome.
Probably.
Awesome. He's sort of like the that surfing turtle on Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo? Yeah.
I love Finding Nemo.
Pretty
That's a good Sunday afternoon thing that we should watch. Hey, I want to ask you, Olivia, how did you find Preston Hollow?
Well, our friend Sarah Ann already worked here, and so I was looking for a new church job, and she was like, "Well, a position opened up at my church. Do you wanna come along?" And I messaged Russ, and then I came here for the first rehearsal, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best!" So I'm glad to be here still.
And then, how long have you guys been here since then? How long have you been here?
Golly, I guess it's been 3 years now, right?
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yay!
Oh, yay! There's 3,000 meals that we just did, so that's fantastic. Sorry, I missed that one. I apologize. And so how long have you been here then, did you say?
I think it's been 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, she has such a great spirit, and we just love having you here and doing all that you do. And anyway, and it's been interesting because during COVID, we all had to learn. The first time we had to tell you, hey, come sing for a camera with nobody in the church. How was that?
Well, it was definitely interesting. I was glad that we were still trying to keep going, and y'all really pulled together all of this like so well on like a time crunch. It was just like, how do we do this immediately and keep going and doing our services? So it was definitely interesting, but I feel like we've figured it out. We've got a good system. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, don't leave yet. I'm going to introduce you, though, to this is Jennifer McGill.
Hey.
And Jennifer's one of our newest kids on the block.
Whoop, whoop.
And so same thing. By the way, we sort of named these two with Sarah Ann our Holy Trinity. Yeah. Have we told you that yet?
No.
Yeah, you're our Trinity. So Jennifer, how did you hear about the church?
Well, I heard about Preston Hollow through both Sarah Ann and Olivia, because I was looking for a church job because I had just graduated. Woohoo! But because I had just graduated, I aged out of the college system, or like the college choral scholar system. So I was like, okay, where do you guys go? And they're like, Preston Hollow. And so I just decided, okay, Olivia, I'm coming to rehearsal tonight. So
Just
surprise!
invited her. That's good. Well, that's awesome. And in fact, in our cantata, you were singing a solo.
Yes.
What song is that?
Song of Mary.
Had you heard that song before?
No, I had not.
Wow. Well, she does a great job. And like Russ just said, our cantata is more of a music video this year for our online. Now, you can come to our sort of traditional cantata. What's the date of that? I forget. Do you remember when it is?
December 19th, I think.
December 19th. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, if you come on December 19th and it was the wrong date, Jennifer told you wrong.
Sorry.
So I can't believe you would do that.
I'm
to
pretty
them.
sure it's right, though.
Yeah, I know. So I hope it's the 19th. We'll get a little verification on that. Not only are the girls here volunteering, of course, they sang this morning, and they're helping us pack these the meals, which we have 3,000 meals that have already been packed. But they actually helped us this last month. We did an outreach where we invited 65 kids that had autism. We partnered with a ministry and a school called Sensory World, and it's for kids with autism. And why don't you tell everybody what you guys did that day?
So originally we thought that we were going to be taking like one of our cars and doing like a trunk or treat, and we thought, okay, let's do Harry Potter. Everybody loves Harry Potter. But then we got the surprise from Preston Hollow that we got the opportunity to do the bus. So we immediately were like, oh my gosh, we gotta go big. We gotta go big. So we decided to make wands. We had a sorting hat. We had an obstacle course and a photo shoot all in front of the bus. But don't worry, next year we've got plans.
Yes.
We've got plans.
Yes.
Sarah Ann, actually, I mean, we all enjoyed doing the program so much, and we loved working with Sensory World, and so Sarah Ann actually just got a job there.
She did get
on
a job
Friday.
there.
Yes.
I remember we introduced
So
them that
congratulations
night.
to her. She's really excited.
Sarah
Go
Ann, on
Yay!
your new job. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about the kids' reactions that night.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was like a lot of kids coming through, you know, it was like a new kid every 5 seconds, but they were all really excited. It was really fun to like do the sorting hat with the kids. Everyone was really responsive. They loved the obstacle course.
I was going to say the obstacle course, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that was great.
So much fun. They wanted to keep going, and each time it was like, okay, are we doing this as a race this time? Are we doing this timed? Who can beat me? Many times. Who can beat me going through the obstacle course? And it was just so much fun. And many of the parents were saying, like, it was so fun to see their personalities outside of, home.
Yeah. Well, and we all talked that day about how, when we left there, we thought, we were going to go to help bless these kids, but we all left with a huge blessing. It was more for
Yes.
us. And it was really good
Definitely.
it was great for our hearts. And so, again, we just want to say thank you for those of you that give towards Rise Against Hunger. towards the sensory world. You're making a difference ministry-wise. We want to say thank you. But we just wanted to introduce you to Jennifer and to Olivia. But so give them a big hand from your couch right now. But thank you guys, and thank you for all you're doing. Can't wait to see
Thank
you all
you.
in the virtual cantata. So
Woo!
awesome. Thank you guys. Well, I believe we're back. Hello, everybody. Hey, real quickly, just want to say those of you that have been giving, we're up to $1,663. So it's coming in.
That's wonderful.
It's happening. So we want to say thank you for all of you that are watching and contributing to this right now. Well, you remember Pastor Tom a little bit earlier. I was interviewing Pastor Tom, and he told your story. Again, we had some technical difficulties on some of that, so we retold the story. But this is Chris Wallachek. He's in charge of this event. He's on our missions and our outreach board, and so he took the lead on this. But it's interesting that 2 years ago, he visited our church for the very first time at this event.
I sure did, Jim.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
So
It's still crazy.
It is still crazy. And so, yeah, we got to warn people that, if you come visit and you like something, be careful because we might just put you in charge of it. So,
That's okay, though.
yeah.
I'm glad to be here and glad that we have the turnout that we did.
Yeah, we did have a great turnout. Tell everybody what's going on right now and where we're at so far.
Yeah, so so far we have all the stations fully staffed. We have even more people than we have stations for, so we're having to find
wow.
places to plug them in. But so far we've passed just about 3,500 meals packed already, and that's pretty great for only
An hour.
in.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's good. I was going to ask you, how many new folks are here that have never been here before? If you had to guess, how many new folks are here?
If I had to guess, I would say 60% of the people that are here today have probably never stepped
been
foot
here.
in our church.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you never know. They might just end up like you, and we might be talking a year from now, and you might not even be sitting in this chair. I'll be interviewing someone else because they'll be in charge of it.
Right? We might even have to build a bigger church
Yeah,
then.
well, let's go for it. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Well, real quickly, for those that might be watching, if you would want to maybe encourage them to give, why should they give to Rise Against Hunger?
I think that the mission for Rise Against Hunger speaks for itself, and the goal of Rise Against Hunger is not just to provide meals like we are today, but is to create a world without hunger in its entirety.
And hold on, I'm going to cut you off for a second. We're going to continue in just a second, but roll to the gong, because it's about to gong. So how many meals? Woo! They're going at it again. That's good.
I think that gong said 4,000.
4,000. So we're
But we just hit 3,000 like 10
you
minutes
just
ago.
sat down. You shouldn't even leave because when you sat down, we jumped from 3 to 4 just like that.
We sure did.
So, that was really sweet that she got to hit that gong. Yay, very good.
I'm just sad I haven't gotten to hit the
I
gong.
know,
That
I
looks
know.
pretty fun.
That does look really fun. So I hope you all got to see that. At home, did they all get to see that? That's fantastic. That's good. By the way, I'm going to come back to Chris in a second, but we do want to say thank you to our production team. Believe it or not, this is a lot more work than anybody would ever know. But Joel Cook is, of course, producing this for us and coordinating all of this. We've never done that before. We literally have been taping and buying cables and whatnot for the last 3 or 4 days. And then we want to say thank you to Catherine Lancaster. She's sort of our director today, and so she's helping behind the scenes, and I might even interview her in a little bit. It's a good thing you wore your makeup, Catherine. And then, of course, we got her better half. We got Bryce back there, and so he's getting our live shots out there. And so Bryce and Catherine are new to our church. They joined just a couple of months ago. And as Pastor Tom mentioned a little bit earlier, we just did the baptism for their baby, Maddie. And so it's really exciting. And then, of course, running this camera right here, Noah, give it a little move, a little shake, so everybody knows that you're there. That's him. Yep, he is. Yep. We have a person on that camera as well. But we do want to say thanks to all of our production folks. And again, if you are online right now watching, send us a little comment so we can know that you are here. In fact, we're getting ready to make some phone calls to a few folks as well. So, but Chris, thank you for all that you're doing for us. Is there anything else you want to tell people watching online right now?
I think the only thing I would add to everything you've said is, your donations are much appreciated, and they are going directly to this mission project. And once we hit our goal, it will continue to feed to the mission of Preston Hollow.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, there's other missions that are coming up. We have our mission for Breakfast with Santa, where we adopt about 50 kids, and we make Christmas happen for 50 kids that have needs. And in fact, we just had a big meal for all the teachers of our school next door. So when you give, we really are doing our best to make a difference in our community, and we feel like we really are called to be able to serve our community. But I want to say, Chris, thank you for putting on this event and learning the ropes and doing what you did. And we were a little worried. We thought, are we going to have enough workers? And like you said, we got more than enough.
More than enough.
And so really, really exciting. So we want to say thank you again. We love having you part of our church family. And we'll probably close down here at the end. You're going to hear from him again. And hopefully we hit our goal of raising that $3,500. And of course, we're on track to get all 10,000 meals packed. So
you sure are. Thanks for having me up here, Jim.
Yes, thank you
I'm going
so
to
much.
get back
to work.
Yeah.
Get back to work, Chris. Get back to work. All right. Thanks a lot. Good. All right. Well, we're glad that you were here again. You have an opportunity to give, and thank you for participating. You can just type in the words PHUMC, send to the number 77977, and we'll send you a link. But all right, we're going to take just a little break. I'm going to let you see the room, what's going on, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Packing the meals for Rise Against Hunger. Unfortunately, I am under the weather and not able to be there, but I am there in spirit. I cannot believe you've already packed over 4,000 meals.
Yes. Sorry, we had some audio difficulties there just a second ago, but that's good. Yeah, we've done 4,000 meals so far. So yeah, we're excited about that. So
Awesome.
Well, we just want to say thanks for all your work and helping Chris get all of this set up, and it was pretty good. You did all the work, and then you just bailed on us this morning. That's perfect. That's fantastic. And
I don't think that worked out well.
yeah. Oh. So Cody, do you want to announce that one? Did you hear the big
I
gong?
believe I just heard the gong hit, and I think that's 5,000 meals. That's awesome.
Yes, that we did. We just had 5,000 meals. So yes, that's great. So all right. Well, we just want.
Hey, keep up the good work there. Keep doing what you're doing, and get those meals done. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you, Cody. Get to feeling better. We'll talk to you soon.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, I'm going to try to make another phone call and see if I can get. I'm going to see if I can get Mary Kay Rieger on the phone. So here we go. Mary Kay Rieger is Russ Rieger's mother, and she lives in Hiawatha, Kansas. And so I'm going to try to give her a little phone call. She faithfully watched. Mary Kay.
Yes, it's me. I've been so excited. I couldn't get the broadcast right at first.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties today. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're back on track and we're online. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm just so excited. I always look forward to Sunday when I have your broadcast on and the beautiful music and Tom's message. And you work so hard. My goodness sakes, it's wonderful. We do appreciate it.
Well, you are the best. Well, we love you, Mary Kay, and I had the opportunity to actually come to your house and see where you live, and it was so awesome.
Well, you need to come back. We're mowing leaves now, and I could sure use the help.
Oh, you need some help mowing leaves. Well, you know what? Listen, anyone who's in Hiawatha, Kansas, watching right now, we want you to go to Mary Kay's house right now, and we've got some leaves. We got a little bit of work for you to do, but Mary Kay.
Well, I'll have to start baking cookies for everybody.
Oh, well, get those cookies going. Well, Mary Kay, how many people in Kansas watch us each Sunday?
Oh my goodness, it's growing all the time. I keep telling everybody what a wonderful service it is, and we do appreciate you coming to Kansas.
Well, we just want you to know we so love Russ, and we are so blessed to have him. And we just want to say, Mary Kay, we love that every week you are commenting and you're sharing and you're spreading the word. We're gonna have to buy a building in Hiawatha, Kansas, if you keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Well, thank you for your hard work and all the meals you're preparing. My goodness sake, that's wonderful.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you again, Mary Kay. God bless you. You guys have a good Sunday, okay?
Thank you. You too. Bye
All right. Bye-bye. Well, good. Well, I've got another guest here, and I'm going to have Mr. Tom Burt, and I'm going to help you out with that too. Well, I love that. You look great in that. Hold this pretty close. I love your gloves, by the way. It's a very good look for you.
Thank you.
It's a very good look. This is our chair of council. This is Mr. Tom Burt. And,
Hello, everybody.
We're so glad. First of all, what a fun event. What a great event.
This is great. We've had a bigger turnout than ever, I think.
Yeah.
This is our second time to do this event, and we probably have twice as many people, I would say, as we had the first time.
We do. They're just they're buzzing.
It's going very quickly.
It is going quickly.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to take a couple of hours, but we're not.
No,
we're going to be
we're past the halfway mark.
Yeah, we're at 5,000, right?
5,000. Yep.
That is good. So, well, you know what? For those that are watching, there's there are some people here in Dallas that maybe are watching our broadcast. And what would you say to them if when they feel safe to come back and return to worship? Maybe just invite them to come and worship with us.
Yeah, so we would love to have you. We have live worship every Sunday. And like Jim said, everybody is handling this a little differently, so we totally understand if you're not comfortable coming back yet. But when you are comfortable, we would love to have you back in church. And we're doing everything we can to make it as safe as possible for everybody. So.
Yeah, no, that is good. And, and I know that, Tom is, he became our chair of council right when COVID hit, and so it was a strange year.
Yeah, it was a lost year.
It was a lost year,
Yeah.
and it has been crazy. But the one thing that I do know that Tom has is that he has a heart for the lost and the disenfranchised,
Yeah.
and that these events mean something to
Yeah.
you. What does
It
this mean
does.
to you?
I mean, it's just great to be able to help people, individuals that don't even have the basics of life, the basic essentials of life. And so, which is food, one of them. And so just to be able to come together and create this and be able to touch so many people across the world, I think that this is what church is about. This is what serving God is about, is helping others.
Absolutely. In fact, they said, where did they say our last 10,000 meals went that we did 2 years ago?
I forgot.
Guatemala.
Guatemala, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
our last ones went to Guatemala. So they never tell us where they're going, right?
Right,
They just,
right. They don't know, I don't think, until they know where the need is and the supply that they have and where it's best distributed to.
Yeah. And then also just on a personal level, like tell me, where do you work again?
So I work at Children's Health, and so I've been there about 12 years. I'm in HR, so I'm not clinical, but great organization. Their mission is to make life better for children, and they do that every single day. We have these things called mission moments, and they're just very emotional filled, and as you see, the good work that Children's Health is doing in the lives of children across North Texas.
Yeah, good. Well, we want to say thank you. You know, our church is really, we're rebuilding. We really are starting over.
Yeah, we are. We were small to begin with, and then with COVID, we were kind of rebuilding before COVID. And then with COVID, it kind of just, like I said, it's the lost year. And so now we're coming back even stronger, though. I think everybody, I mean, just look at this today, how many people are here. So our church is coming back very strong. And we'd love for all of y'all to, if you don't have a church home, come participate with us.
Yeah.
Come give us a try.
Absolutely. You know, it is sort of like, oh, hold on. They're getting ready to ring the bell. Here it goes. Hang tight. Here it goes. I think they're going to announce the next number. So here it comes.
6,000, I think.
So, yep, we're at 6,000.
Yep.
That's great.
We're over halfway there now.
Yeah, you should just keep sitting here.
I know, really.
We're going quicker.
Except
with
my
you.
station was leading, and I think they're lagging now,
now,
because
so-
I'm not there.
Well, we just want to say thank you to Tom and the leadership he brings our church, but more than that, his heart for people and that we're doing our best to open up the arms of who we can reach, and that we really try to exemplify a church of love with no exceptions. We really do.
Absolutely. And I got to say, I love Jim's passion. Send their interview and Mary Kay. I just loved hearing that exchange.
I love
we
that.
appreciate everything that Jim does for
Yeah.
our church. He loves this church and works very hard for it.
Well, and you know, Tom and I have something in common. We're both Baptists. We're both Baptists in a Methodist church, and so
Exactly.
So we swim upstream sometimes here, but we do love our church, and we really do have a special group of people. But we want to say we love you, Tom. Thanks again for all your leadership, and
Thank you.
here's your hairnet. I'm gonna give that back to you.
Thank you.
And so
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. We love you. We love you. Love you. So thank you, Tom Burt, our chair council. So, well, good. Well, we've got someone else that's popping up here in just a second. This person is one of the sweetest people that I know. If you remembered my message that I did a message on emojis, and I allowed one person in our church to have the emoji of the heart, and it was this person. And so, Margaret, come on up here. This is Margaret Hamilton, and I'm so excited to have you here. I'm gonna give this to you so everybody can hear you. Just hold that nice and close. How are you doing, Margaret?
I'm exhausted.
You
All
are
this workout.
exhausted, but isn't this exciting?
Oh, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun, and just looking over there, seeing people roll around there like ants everywhere, and we're at 6,000 meals that have been packed. We are headed towards $2,000 have been donated, so we're over halfway. So that is going good. But Margaret and I, we talked just the other day, and we know that there is still a group of people that aren't quite comfortable coming back to in-person worship, and we understand that, and we get it, and we hope and we pray that we are. I need a little help here. There we go. Our set's falling down a little bit. Come on, Noah. Come on, Noah. But we understand it that it's difficult coming back. We're hoping we're getting through to the end of the pandemic. We hope and pray, but we get that. But we know there's been a lot of people that have felt isolated, and that you are watching each week online. And in fact, if you're watching online right now, we'd love for you just to chat. Again, make sure that we know that you're watching, and we'll give you a little shout out here. But I remembered it was right before we did our outdoor worship service, and I called a few church members.
Right.
And I talked to John and Judy Woolhams.
Right.
And John and Judy, we know that you watch every week, and we just want to say, gosh, we love you, we miss you. And when I was talking to John, he goes, Jim, he goes, well, on top of COVID, he goes, I'm 95 years old, and I will tell you, John's got to be the youngest 95-year-old that I know.
Yeah. I would not have guessed he was 95.
Oh, absolutely not. In fact, I think him and Judy just celebrated their anniversary, right?
Yes.
It was like 70 years? Yeah, I mean, so, oh my gosh, married for 70 years? I mean, I just hope I make it to 70, you know? So, but we just today we want to just talk to a few folks that might be watching today, and maybe might even be watching this later, and we just want to send some love your way. We know it, being isolated this last couple years has been difficult, and so we are just going to spend a couple minutes, and we're going to let a few folks know that we love you. But before we do that, tell me, how long have you been here at Preston Hollow?
Oh, since, that's a hard question. I started coming here when
Hold it just a little bit closer, just in case.
when I moved my parents here from El Paso and had them in assisted living, and we looked at a lot of churches around and came here, and it was the spot for us. So they came in 2008, so I think we became members in 2009.
Okay, so you've been here, so you know quite a the members, and
Right, and it was such a loving community. We sat on the front row for 3 years until they both passed away, and it's my church family, it's my community, so
Yeah.
We love being here. And they were embraced by everybody.
Yeah.
And so,
I will tell you, I lost my brother this year, and he passed away, and this is the person that, you know, shows up at the house with love and food, and emphasize love, and it means a lot. And so Margaret really does exemplify the heart of our church. And as you look around our church, you know, we love who we have, because God's given us a great, stable foundation of people, but now we're also having to open up our arms because there's so many new people that we're loving as well.
And we're thrilled about that. We're thrilled about our online congregation. We've had people who've been watching and then have come, and we're so thrilled that they're here.
Yeah.
People who were here first week, last week, and a young woman and her daughters are here to help. And
So last Sunday was their very first Sunday, right?
Yes,
But they've been watching us online.
Right.
And they're packing meals today.
Yes. So.
Wow.
But we miss all of you all who can't come every Sunday. One of the highlights of my morning this morning was I was going to give a shout out to Mike Loprise, who has a real hard time getting out for health reasons. And here he showed up.
Yeah,
on
he's
his
over there
walker.
working right over there.
And another person was Dottie Blatch, and she showed up. She's been in the hospital, and it's just amazing.
Amazing to see them here.
But we miss H.M. Haley. He shows his face every once in a
Every now and
while.
then we miss you, HM. I see him at Lecca. He was at Lecca having lunch with a friend the other day. I saw him. So hello, HM. We miss you. We miss
We
you.
do miss you. And Betty Townsend.
Yes, Betty.
And Betty Edwards. And Emilio and Eva Morales. I've run into him a few times, and I just always get a big hug, but I know that they're being careful, but we miss seeing you in person.
And then hold on one second. We're going to continue on our list, but here we go.
Yay!
Woohoo! So there it is. How many was that, Margaret? 7,000. So we're
For Tim.
Yeah.
My hearing's bad.
So we're on the way. We're doing good. We're at 7,000. So, but back to our list. Let's go back to who we're talking about. So,
And then Tracy and David Guerrero, we miss them.
yeah, great couple.
Yeah.
We miss you all. Know that we love you.
And David and Charlotte Eccles, we miss
Yep.
you. We just,
We miss you all. They travel a lot and are enjoying life, but we want you to enjoy life with us too. We miss you.
come on back. So,
And then the Tates. Did you already say the Tates?
They were top on my list.
Emily Tate. Hello. Emily, by the way, runs all of our social media stuff for our church. They were members of our church.
Right.
And then what happened? They
moved to College Station. I mean, he got a job there, and they had the audacity to leave Houston.
You know, we need to pray for them. When you're out of God's will and you leave your church like this, that's just not good.
That's
It's
right.
not good to be living that way.
We miss Emily and Eric and Eleanor and Everett.
Oh.
Miss you guys so much.
No, you do need to come back and visit us, and we want to see the kiddos. We love and miss you, and it's exciting for you to come back and see the church as we are continuing to grow and reach more people. And then, of course, Emily, thank you for working so hard every week. I mean, you were a part of promoting today's event, Rise Against Hunger, even though
I signed in with Emily.
Yeah, and in fact, you ready for this? Emily says that just because her kids are not vaccinated yet, this is still their church home. They watch us online each week. They're not in person anywhere, and their families in, oh goodness, where's that little retirement community where Mark and Russ like to go visit? Fredericksburg. They have family in Fredericksburg, and they watch us each week. In fact, if anyone in Fredericksburg is watching right now, go to the comment and let us know.
Love that.
And there was one other name I thought I saw up there. Oh, Jean Moore.
Oh,
I just talked to Jean, and so first of all, Jean, I know you're watching today. She sometimes watches a little bit late, though. She admits that, but she's been a little under the weather. She had a fall and hit her head, and so she's been having a difficult time. But Jean, we want you to know as well, along with all the other names Margaret said, that we are here for you, and we love you. And if you need anything, any of you, the names that you just mentioned, we are your family. And no matter where you are, and we miss you and we love you. So anything else you want to say to all those folks?
well, just, the Christmas season's coming, and we would just love to see you in person as you're comfortable. It's just a great time to be here.
So, well, Margaret, I want to say thank you for your spirit in our church, doing what you do. And listen, let me just tell you something. There's no such thing as a perfect church. That's why Christ died for the church, because there isn't a perfect church. But if this whole church was full of Margarets, we'd be a perfect church. So, but we love you, and thank you again for all that you do for us. And Margaret's, did you buy cookies for today, or did you make them?
I made them.
She made cookies for all of us. I told you this was love. I told you this is why she's the only one that gets the heart emoji at Preston Hollow. So, but thank you again. We love you so much. Thanks, Margaret. All right, well, we're going to take a look at the room for just a second. Oh, no, come on. Yeah, come on up. Let's keep rolling. We got everybody rolling on in here. This is Holly up in the house. Everybody say, hey, Holly. In fact, in the comment section, go, hey, Holly. Hey, we're glad that everyone is watching. Thanks for hanging in there. Continue to give online to help us reach our goal. We are at 7,000. Is that right, Holly?
Yeah,
7,000. So we are doing great. Well, a lot of you feel like you know Holly. It's interesting when I talk to Marguerite Jenkins or Mary Kay Rieger, they feel like they know you. Like, have you ever met Russ's mother?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I have met her in person.
You have, okay.
She visited one time.
Okay, yeah, that's right. And but it's funny because online, this last 2 years, we've had to learn to do worship in a different way.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that everyone that watches online feels like they know you because you sing songs. And in fact, just a couple weeks ago, my kids who live in Los Angeles, they said this was your best song yet, the Lauren Daigle song.
Yes.
What was that one?
You'll Say.
You'll Say. And we're going to have her do that again for you guys sometime, but it was so great. And we're going to wind into where I'm wanting to talk for a second, but first off, tell everybody, what do you do for a living? What do you do?
I'm a choir teacher at Springtown High School, and I'm out in Springtown, Texas, little tiny town.
That's great. That's good. Well, you've had to learn to do things differently during COVID too, haven't you?
Yes, we did. Last year we were half remote, half in person. This year we're totally in person, but dealing with
Yeah.
cases. Thankfully it's been better the last few months. But
Oh, that's good. That's
gonna be
good.
in person.
And so she's had to learn to do things different. Let me ask you this: when did you come to Preston Hollow? How many years ago?
I came almost 12 years ago. I was the first. They called them scholarship singers back then.
Okay.
That the church had while I was studying to be a music teacher at SMU.
Okay.
In Dallas, and so I came then, and I've never left because it's just such a warm, inviting, welcoming place. And I don't even live in Dallas anymore, but I still come every Sunday because it's so.
Oh wow! So
important to me.
how long do you drive then? Every time you come here?
I drive about 45 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's good. Okay, so listen, for those of you that are in Dallas and you're thinking, I don't know if I can go visit that church, and we might only be 10 minutes from you, she drives 45 minutes. I love that.
And then my dad started coming with me like every now and then to play drums, and now he plays drums all the time.
Oh, Holly announced this as something's about to happen over here. Look at the gong's about to go.
Ooh.
Let's go take a look at the gong. And we're getting ready to make another announcement. Here we go. Woohoo! 8,000.
Wow, getting close.
We're going quicker. This is her
Well,
first.
once you get going,
Yes.
it starts to move.
This is her first Rise Against Hunger, and so what do you think? What for never experiencing this before? What do you think?
It's really cool and really organized. Like
Yeah, right.
like all the jobs are very they're really easy to do, but it's amazing how much difference you can make by something so simple.
Oh, exactly. And again, to think that each bag feeds six people, and so that's 60,000 mouths.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. That's really exciting. And well, tell us a little bit about. I know we've got our big Christmas cantata coming up.
Yeah, December 19th.
December 19th. Tell them about some of the songs we're singing on that.
Just some amazing classic Christmas songs. A beautiful version of "O Holy Night." It's going to be really good.
Yes. Courtney's watching right now. She's online. And so, Courtney, listen, you got to get healthy because she's our ringer on that one. I mean, a ringer. I mean, she nails that one.
Yes.
And so we pray that you get better as well. But I want to say this real quickly. I just want to say Holly has such a sweet spirit in our church and in our worship ministry, and that she's willing to do a little bit of everything. That she's one that she's here, she volunteers, she's a part of our church family, but she's willing to sing a classical song, to sing a hymn, to sing a contemporary song. Whatever we throw at her, Holly's like, I'll do it, I'll go for it. And then tell us a little bit about your mom and dad, her mom and dad are David and Janet.
Yes.
And they just joined our church 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
And so tell them what your dad does here for the church.
My dad is the percussionist. You've probably seen him on the live stream as well. He started coming with me like several years ago, and he's really been coming to the church for a good 3-4 years, and he finally joined. And then my mother comes with us sometimes. Also,
Yeah.
she takes my grandma, who's 98, to church sometimes. So she's not here every Sunday, but she's been connected to the church as long as I've been here too.
I love that. And in fact, you all are going to meet Janet. I believe in 3 weeks they did the Advent wreath. We've already filmed our Advent wreath lighting, and they were one of our couples, and they did a great job. So you will have an opportunity now not to only hear David play drums, but to speak. Our drummer speaks. And then, of course, Janet's going to light our Advent wreath, and so it's going to be a really special time. So don't forget to watch in December as we enter to the Advent season. So
My favorite time of year.
it's my favorite time of the year
Yes.
too. So, well, Holly, thank you. We want you to know that we love you. Thank you for all that you do for our church. And listen, if we had more people like you in our church, we'd be golden. So, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're doing pretty good here. I'm so excited for our next guest who is propping up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my good friend, and you will know him from some of our broadcasts. This is Mr. Brian Jackson. You've heard him sing. In fact, it was interesting. There was a night, Chris Wallercheck, who was just here a second ago, was at our home. and we were listening to music while we ate dinner. And there was a song that played while we were eating dinner. And Chris goes, "You all should do this at church." And then Cody was like, "You know who would sound good on this song? It'd be Brian. Brian would sound great on it." So I called Brian, I think maybe even that night or the next day.
It was just right before.
Yeah, right before. So I called Brian, and he was like, "Okay, I'll learn it. I'll sing it. When do you want to do it?" And Brian's been one of those great guys too that, we've had to learn to do music differently since COVID. To be able to say, "Hey Brian, I'm glad that you're here. I want you to sing your song for the camera and nobody else." But no, it's been really, really neat to have them in the church. So Brian, tell them how you found Preston Hollow and ended up here.
So our good friends Christopher and Tom, we were at Lecca, at Christopher's store, and just talking about church and how much we enjoy going to church. And they invited us here to, I think it was, there was something going on. I think it was actually maybe the Live Nativity or around Christmas time. And we came, and Christmas is such a special, spiritual, moving time for everyone, but for me specifically. And I think we came, we volunteered for the Live Nativity, and we just walked in the door here, and we just felt this presence that just moved us, and it just really felt like this is where we belonged in many, many ways. Not only the spirit that fills this building, but the spirit and the community and the sense of belonging and being with everyone here, with you and Pastor Tom and everyone here. There's such open arms in this building and in this community, even outside the building. So that's how we came to be here, and we love it. It's amazing.
That's good. And then have you ever done a Rise Against Hunger event before?
We did it last time, and it was so fulfilling, I guess, to know that you're contributing to making a difference in someone's life, like a child who goes to school, and that's the only meal they'll have that day. It's so powerful to have that message be part of what you're doing, and being selfless, right? And giving of yourself, knowing that most of us don't struggle for where our next meal is coming from, or even if we're going to eat that day. And we take that for granted, and I think part of the greatness of everything we're doing is...
Hold on 1 second. Hang tight. We got some news.
Woohoo! Woohoo! We are at 9,000 meals.
Is that 9,000?
9,000. Wow.
That is...
We are flying along here.
We are. Look at you. Don't even have to be out there doing it now. They're doing it without. You're going faster since you sat down.
I know. I must be the slow clog in the process.
What's your job over there? What do they have you doing over there?
I was the rice. So
the rice.
The rice goes last.
Rice goes last here.
Yes.
That's their motto.
Rice goes last.
If you don't do the rice last, boy, you get on their list. Let me tell you,
You're on the naughty list.
You're on the naughty list. So.
Gonna get a lump of coal.
Well, I do want to say thank you for singing, and we want to have more of you this next year. Just I want you to know there's people that watch every week. It's been so amazing to see our online campus growing and growing. I don't know if you know, you're a big deal in Hiawatha, Kansas. There's like 15 to 20 people. You're a star. You probably need to plan a little concert in Hiawatha.
Well, I did. We had a birthday in our neighborhood Friday night, and she did karaoke, and I felt like it was the Brian Jackson concert hour. I think I sang more Frank Sinatra songs than I've ever sang in my life, but I love it, and I'm honored and privileged to be part of this community, and I love that there's somebody out there who wants to hear my voice.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, we want to say thank you. We love having you a part of our church family. He really does help exude and represent the kind of people that we have in our church, and that are, we always talk about love with no exceptions, and we
Absolutely.
really, that is our church.
Absolutely.
And we want to say thank you, Brian.
Well,
and
thank
so,
you. Thank
and so,
you.
Right here in front of everybody, he just committed to singing more songs next year.
I did. I will make that commitment.
But we always love to hear you sing. So,
thank you.
anyway, well, thank you very, very much. And so thank you, Brian Jackson.
Thank you.
Get back to work now. Get your hairnet.
All right.
And get back to work now.
Get my red hairnet on.
Exactly. All right, well listen, we're almost done packing the meals and we're still about $1,900 short. So we want to encourage everybody to be giving today. And we have a very simple way for you to give. You can text to the number 77977 and type in the words PHUMC and we will send you a link. And let me tell you, when you give 100% of today's gift, when you give, all of it will go towards the Rise Against Hunger. And it's been funded in a way to where it's not going to, the organization's infrastructure. It literally is going to the food and getting it to the mouths who need it. So I want to encourage you to give to that. Well, I've got another guest that's coming up here, everybody. And are you all ready for this? I have a special guest. She just came today. It's Bette Midler. Bette, come on up here.
Well, darling, aren't you the sweetest?
I did tell everybody that when I first met you, I told everybody that I thought you looked like Bette Midler.
And I gave you this look like Bette likes to do.
Yes, exactly. Well,
you posted it, didn't you?
Yeah, yes, I did. I did post it on my Facebook. So, well, Fran, thank you for being here today. I'm so glad to have you here. This is Fran Loprise. Her husband is Mike. I believe Margaret mentioned him a little bit ago. That's who she was talking about. And he's over there working away.
He's sealing.
He's sealing the he's sealing the deal.
I was a scale person. I weighed.
So you're the weigher, then he's the sealer.
Yes.
Sealing the deal. Well, I wanted you to meet Fran Loprise because you, on our online campus, you hear about some of the things that we're doing. But I wanted Fran today to share about some of the ministries that we're doing. And in fact, there's a whole group of kids that are rolling around out there because of you and what you've done here. And so talk a little bit about how these families intersected with us.
Well, Preston Hollow has always been so good to reach out to the school next door, Preston Hollow Elementary. That's been, when I came 20 years ago, they were working with the elementary school. We did the back to school supplies and Christmas and just any kind of special needs that they had. But this program came across my path called Kids Hope, and it was one-on-one. It wasn't just the church. It was one-on-one with us, making a connection with children that needed a special something.
Yeah.
And the teachers, picked those kids out, and their parents approved. And then our mentors, and we had 12. We haven't been able to go in because of COVID lately. Yeah. But when last we got to go, I'm so glad the kids came, because even though we are not getting to go into the school right now, we would go in for an hour, and the kid would be let out from the class, and we would meet, and we would do whatever they needed to do. If the teacher gave them something that they really needed help doing, or like my little guy, he didn't need help. He just needed somebody to love on him. Mm-hmm. Just needed somebody to be with him, listen to him. And so we did Easter eggs, and then he took them back to the class, and we did things every seasonal. I taught him to fly a kite out there in the playground area.
That's great.
Just whatever comes across your mind. We played a lot of Connect Four, and he loved doing the Legos. We had a little place there at the school that we kept all the supplies, and so when you arrived, you just went in there, and I always had a little snack for him, because little boys, they have to have little snacks.
Yeah, yes.
Little girls too, but little boys, super. So, it was great, and he had a great time, and I'm so happy to see him here, and still participating with the church, even though I haven't gotten to participate with him. But I love him, and sometimes these relationships don't get to go on because the kid will move away or something, but usually it's move away. But, sometimes they go on through the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we want you to know that you're making a big difference, and to know that, here's these kids that are coming here today to serve and to volunteer and to be a part of something, and they're doing it not only because of the cause of it, but because of you as well and what you've invested into them. So we just want to say thank you, and we need more people just like Fran in our church. We love her and what she does, and we just want to say thank you for all that you do, and we want to say thank you for those of you that give online, because you've helped fund different ministries. And like we talked about, the Sensory World and her ministry, and of course today our big Rise Against Hunger. So, but Fran, we anything else you want to say?
Well, I think that we do so many things here, and that's one of the things I love about this church is that it's small enough that you know people and that you're needed. That I want to be needed.
Absolutely.
I want God to use me somehow, and so here I found work to do. I found a place that will let me help, and I know some of you out there want to help. You
Yep.
want to make a difference. You want to be counted, and so I would encourage you to come. It's getting close to Christmas. I came 20 years ago at
Wow.
Christmas, on Christmas Eve, and was moved to continue on. So
Wow.
yeah. So
Well, I want to say this, and again, what she just said, for those of you that are in the Dallas area, come and meet Fran. Come to one of our church services, and you will see her in our church. She's a real human being. You can touch her, you can pat her. She's real. And in fact, if you don't have a church this Christmas Eve, on Christmas Eve night, on December the 24th at 6 p.m., we're having a special candlelight service. Russ has some incredible music planned. And you know, I will tell you, yes, if you can't come and visit us, our online campus, it is going to be special. But I will tell you, there's something different when we come together and we light those candles together and we worship on that night that you just can't get at home. And so I would encourage you to, if you are physically able, to come and join us on Christmas Eve for a very special candlelight Christmas Eve service.
have you already talked about the live nativity?
Oh, yeah. Except we postponed it this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Bad news. Spoiler alert. Boo. But because of COVID and just we're building our volunteer base back, we've decided to postpone it for one more year. So.
Okay. Well, I get that.
So.
But anyway,
Right.
fun place, fun people, and we love God, and God loves us.
Absolutely. Thank
Love
you,
no
Fran.
exceptions.
Love no exceptions. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for today. So let me have Melody here just for a second. She can help me close this down. Come here, Melody. Oh! This is my goddaughter, Melody. Hey, Melody, look at the camera right there. Say hi to everybody out in the TV world. Well, from Melody and myself and the family of the United Methodist Church of Preston Hollow, we want to say thank you for participating today. And we have our last box about to be packed up, and we're going to be celebrating that in just a second. Celebrating 10,000 packages. And listen, if you have not given yet today, oh, here it is. Here it is. Woohoo! 10,000.
So as we start to wrap up,
Well, I'm going to go and wrap up right here because I probably can't hear him. So, but Chris is just saying they're going to say grace and they're going to have lunch together. But Melody and I would like to say, if you haven't given yet, you have an opportunity to give. So finally, we're going to ask you one last time to give. We're almost to our goal. We're about $1,800 short. And you can just text to the number 77977 and type in the words PHUMC. And if you don't give, because we've been asking you to give today, right here. Look, you're getting kisses if you give. If you give today, send some kisses, Melody. Send some kisses out there. Yay! Pastor Tom, I'm going to end with Pastor Tom coming up here just for a second. Oh, here we go. Hey, Pastor Tom, come on up and say goodbye to everybody. Well,
Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh.
We-
that was a very short amount of time.
we
Less
did.
than 2 hours.
I can't believe it. Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible. 60,000 people are going to eat. That is amazing.
That's good. And because your gifts are helping pay for that.
Your gifts and your prayers.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Absolutely.
Well, we want to say thank you for all of you watching, and then again, I want to say if you're ever in the Dallas area, come visit us.
Absolutely. Please. The door is open.
To all.
Yeah.
To everyone.
Because we love without
Exceptions. Yeah,
That's it.
we do. Well, thank you again for watching, and we hope you all have a blessed week. And
a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, have a great Thanksgiving. What a great way to start Thanksgiving. This is how you do it.
That's how you do it.
You know?
Give it to somebody else, making sure somebody else eats.
Absolutely. No, it's been great. Well, thank you again for watching, everybody.
And Jim, thank you for hosting.
Oh, well, absolutely. That's good.
Awesome.
Well, I'll host next year, too.
Okay.
Can I invite myself?
You can. And y'all are invited.
All right. I want to say, lastly, real quickly, thank you to Joel Cook. Thank you to Bryce Lancaster, Noah Oakes. Let's see your hand, Noah. Come on, bring it out here. Let's see it. No, bring your hand out. Oh, no, I want to see it. There it is. There it is. There's Noah. And, of course, my assistant down here, little Melody.
Hey,
oh, and her mom helped. I forgot. Yes.
The producer.
Thank you, Catherine, for all that you did today to make things possible. I do want to say, hey, thanks for, we know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but this was a good rehearsal for us. So we're going to do more of these kinds of things again because we want you to experience what's happening at the United Methodist Church of Preston Hollow. We're very grateful. We have a great church. So
absolutely. Come and see us.
Come see us. God bless you.
God bless you.
Goodbye.
Here you are, sir. Good job.